Okay, so here is the we're doing A minor, so let's say A minor chord. Here's the A minor scale to go with it. And you can lay it out on the A string, makes it look a bit easier. So it's if you remember the old diatonic scale memory thing, which is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So for a major scale you get a whole tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And all the diatonic scales and modes all have that sequence somewhere built into them. So if you're doing a minor scale, which will start off with a whole tone and a half tone, so you get that minor sound, you've still got to follow it with 3 whole tones to get to the natural minor. So it's tone, 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 half tone, whole tone. Now the difference with the melodic minor is it's half a minor and half a major, so it starts minor, so you've got your half tone there, followed by whole tones until you get to the last half tone. So it's whole tone, half tone, 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 half tone. And that's, the ending is pretty similar to if it was a major scale, so that would be whole tone, tone, half tone, 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 tone. So that ending, beginning on a minor, ending on a major. Now if you start it on this particular degree of the minor scale, but I'll move it down to there to make it a bit more visible, you'll get a half tone, whole tone, half tone. Then the rest is just tones. And you'll see from that that you've got this particular half tone, whole tone sequence that never appears in any of the diatonic scales or modes. So that's why it sounds a bit different. And if you do get that sequence appearing in any of your diatonic modes or scales, yeah, you're playing it wrong. There's some mistake somewhere. So it only appears, well, first appears when you start looking at either the melodic minor or the diminished scale. So anyway, so the actual scale starts off with, and if you play it in this position, and if you extend it up a little bit, you get, and down a bit you go to, and you'll see you get some little patterns that you can remember. So there's, and around here you've got a half tone up above and a half tone down below. So around those 2 notes you've got that one, and that one. So and you can do little fiddly things with it, so you can pedal tone things. Now that's very similar to your pentatonic stuff that you might already be using, which you probably are if you're like a blues and rock person. So you might not be using that particular note, but let's say if you're on a pentatonic, so the whole thing about bending is, although you tend to come at it from like a blues or rock standpoint or beginning, you've probably just heard a load of guys doing blues things and you copy what they do. So over about, it's getting on for 100 years, people have been bending strings, and you hear what they do and you make it sound like what they do and everybody's happy. And quite a lot of those are, although it might be used in a pentatonic, it's actually the note that's bent is either trying to get up to the next note in a minor scale. So it usually sounds better if it's bent up to the next note up in the scale, or it's bent down from, if you've started off so if you're using the melodic minor, the same thing applies. So you really need to be bending up to the next note above or below in the scale to make it sound correct in some ways. And after you've fiddled about with these a bit, you'll find certain things work and certain things don't. So you'll find some that, like these, country bends, which sound okay, and you can extend that up to and you need to sort of let your ears do some of the work, and once you get, if you practice this or play it quite a lot of the time, you get it more ingrained into your memory. But in Western culture, because we've had diatonic based music for so long and you're exposed to it for so long, you don't have to think too hard about those intervals. So back to that sequence of tones and semitones in any particular order, and you're already familiar with it. But as soon as you go that one, you're less familiar with, especially that bit, which sounds a bit Eastern. I mean, a lot of Eastern sales have that particular. So the basic principle is bend up to or down from the next note, higher or lower in the scale, depending on which way you're going. Get used to the sound of it, practice them, and get it so you don't have to think too hard about, if I'm in melodic minor, I can do these bends and these will sound okay. So that was bad. I think I'll edit that out.